Hi, I'm going to go ahead and go over the examples from the quick check we took in class. Okay, you have to forgive me because I don't have my stylus, so it's going to be with my finger, so it might be a little bit sloppy. But anyways, whenever you're doing circle problems, the first thing I want you to do is I want you to look at the circle and I want you to look for certain things. And the first thing I want you to look for is a diameter. So we see that there is a diameter that's right here, is AB. So if we have that diameter, we know that this part of the circle right here is 180. And we know that this part of the circle is 180, okay? So that means that we can solve for those missing arcs. So we know that if this one is 75, that means that this arc right here has to be 100 and, oh, sorry, excuse me, has to be 105. Okay, because 105 plus 75 is 180. Then we also know that if this one is 30, right, and this one is 34, you add those together, you get 64. So 180 minus 64, that's 6, right, is 116. Okay, so we have that down. All right, so now we start thinking about what do we need to find. Okay, so let's go ahead and look for x. Okay, so x, first thing you say, here's our x right here. X is an outside angle, okay? So outside angle, remember, is subtraction, okay? So what that means is you're going to take that value is equal to the difference of the intercepted arc. So our first intercepted arc is this one, and our second intercepted arc is that one, because that's where this angle, if you see, right, that's where it crosses the circle. Okay, so we end up with x equals 116 minus 30 divided by 2. Okay, 116 minus 30. Sorry, I'm doing this without my calculator. So 6, and that's 8. So it's 86 divided by 2 equals 43 degrees. Okay, so x equals 43 degrees. Okay, so there is for x. Now let's focus on y. Okay, so y, oh, not y, v. So v. So v is this angle right here, right? That's an inside angle. So that means you're going to take these two chords are intersecting the circle right here. So it's equal to the sum of this intercepted arc right here and this intercepted arc right here divided by 2. So v is equal to 75 plus 64 divided by 2. So 75 plus 64 is 139 divided by 2 is equal to 64. Whoops, no, that's not right. Sorry. 69.5. So that's V. So X is 43 degrees and V is 69.5 degrees. All right, on to number 2. So first thing I want you guys to do, remember, is always look for things that you know. So right away, let's look at some stuff. Let's say, so we've got, here's our diameter right here. Okay, and we also see with that diameter, we've got a tangent line. So here's our tangent line right here. And this right here, M to B, is a radius because it's coming from the center of the circle to the end. So right away, we know that W has to be equal, W has to be equal to 90 degrees because that's that one rule that we learned. Okay, so that's equal to 90. So now we know, now we know that we have this triangle. If this is 90 and this is 50, we know that this angle right here has to be 40 because the triangle has 180 degrees. Okay? All right, so let's look at what we need to know. I'm going to go ahead and erase this right angle too, since we don't need that. All right, so we have got this angle right here. All right, remember that is an inscribed angle because the point, the vertex of the angle is on the circle, so that means that the measure of this arc over here is 2 times the measure of that angle. So we know that this arc length right here is 80. Okay? Oops. All right, I'm going to go ahead and erase this part. Okay, so we know that that's 40, we know that that's 80, and then we also know that this is a half circle. So if this is 46 and this is 80, that means that this measure right here is 80 plus 46, which is 126, and we know that it's from 180, so 180 minus 126 is 54. So x is equal to 54 degrees. All right, so we got that one taken care of. Let's go ahead and erase this. All right, so now we want to look at y. So let's look at a couple things we know. First of all, y is an arc length, right? So we need to worry about this arc here and this arc right here. So the angle that goes with that is going to be this angle and this angle. We know that this one is 100, so that means we know that this angle right here has to be 80, right? Because that's the rule. It's a straight angle. It's equal to 180, so if that's 100, that has to be 80. All right, so basically, if it's an inside angle, which it is, we know that y is, I'm sorry, let's do that again. I got that wrong. So the angle, which is 80 is equal to, if it's inside angle, it's plus, right? It's addition. So y plus, and we've got 80 plus 54, because this is 54, and 80 plus 54 is 134, divided by 2, right? So we get rid of that 2, we get 160 equals y plus 134. So that means that y is equal to 26. So y is equal to 26. All right, on to number 3. So again, I want you guys to look at the pictures and figure out what is it that you notice. So you notice you have a circle that has a polygon inscribed in it, and if you notice, right, this is telling you that it is a regular polygon. So that means that you have 5 equal arcs. So you would take, because there's ones right there, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because remember, if the chords are congruent, so are the arcs. All right, so you have a total circle that is 360, and we're going to split it into 5 parts. So 360 divided by 5 is equal to 72. So that means that each one of these arcs is 72 degrees. Okay, and that one's 72 also. Okay, so that's the first thing we do. All right, so now we look at it and we think, okay, so let's look at y first. Okay, I'm going to change the color. All right, so y. So there's our angle. I want you to think about where it intersects the circle. So it's intersecting it there, and it's intersecting it there. Okay, it's on the outside. So outside means subtraction. So that means that y is equal to the big arc length. So the arc length from here to here is 72 plus 72, which is 144. Okay, minus this arc length, so minus 72, divided by 2. So 144 minus 72 is 72, and you divide that by 2, and we get 36. Okay, so y is equal to 36 degrees. Okay, so we got y. Let's go and do another one. So now we're going to let's do x. Okay, so x, it's this angle, so it's talking about these chords right here. Okay, it's an inside angle, so that means x is going to be equal to the sum of the intercepted arcs divided by 2. So the first intercepted arc is 72, so 72 plus this intercepted arc, so 72 plus 72 is 144 divided by 2, so 72 plus 42, 216 divided by 2, which is 108 degrees. So x is equal to 108 degrees. Okay, so now let's do v. Okay, so v is a little bit different story. Okay, v is an inscribed angle because it is on the circle. So you're talking about this and this. And remember, for the inscribed angle, the arc length, so this arc length right here, is equal to 2 times the measure of this angle. So this arc length is 72 times 3, because there's 3 72s, which is 216, and it's half of that, so divided by 2, is equal to 108. So V is equal to 108 degrees also. All right, number 4. Okay, so like I've been saying, is I want you to make sure that you guys are going through and you're just filling out everything you know on the circle first. So let's look at this angle. Let's look for first of all, any central angles that we have. They haven't given us any central angles, but they've given us some inscribed angles. So this angle right here is inscribed. If that's 31, that means that this arc length over here is 62, right? Because it's 2 times the measure of the angle. Inscribed angle is equal to the arc measure. All right, so we know that one. Okay, let's see another one. So here's another inscribed angle. Okay, the point is on the side of the circle. So if that is 41, that means that this arc length here has got to be 82. All right? Okay, so now let's look and see what we have. We have got a diameter, right? Our diameter goes across like that. So if we know this is 62 and that's 82, so 62 plus 82 is 144. So we want to know the distance, the rest of it. So 180 minus 144 is equal to 36. So that means that A is equal to 36. Let's write that down. So A is equal to 36. Okay. Let's see, what else do we know? Let's see. All right, so let's see if we have any central angles that we can find. So let's see, here is Z, that's a central angle. So we know that if this arc length is 82, that means that Z is also equal to 82. Okay, that one's pretty straightforward. All right. Let's see, what else do we know here? All right, we also know we've got another diameter here. So if this is 62 and 45, we can solve for C. So 62 plus 45, that's 7, so that's 107. So 180 minus 107 is equal to 73. So C is equal to 73 degrees. Okay. Let me write that here. Oops. So that's 73. All right, so let's look and see where that gets us. All right, so now we can also solve for S right here, okay, because we know that this is 82 plus 36 is 8 118. We're going to take 180 and subtract 118. Okay, so we know that S is equal to 62. So let's do that. S equals 62. So that's right here. Okay. All right, so we also have this inscribed angle, which is angle W. Okay, so this angle is equal to half the measure of the intercepted arcs, which is this right here. So we've got 82 plus 36 plus, plus 62, which we already know that that's 180. Duh, Miss Hennebree. All right, all those together are 180, so we know that angle W has to be equal to 90 because it intercepts this whole entire half circle. Okay, so that means that W equals 90 degrees. Okay, so we know that that's 90. All right, what else are we missing now? X. Okay, so X is this angle right here. It's an inside angle. So that means it's talking about these lines right here. Okay, so it's the sum of the intercepted arcs divided by 2. So you've got X equals 73 plus, and then 62 plus 82 is 144 divided by 2, which is, 217 divided by 2, which is equal to 108.5. All right, so X is equal to 108.5 degrees. All right, did I leave anything out? But we still need to solve for V, our last one. Okay. So let's see. V is this one, which is an outside angle. So let me erase this. Okay. So that means we're talking about this right here. Okay. So we're talking about V is equal to the difference, because it's outside of the smaller, the difference of the bigger arc. So that would be 45 plus 31, which is 76. So 76 minus the second arc, which is 62, divided by 2. So 76 minus 62 is 14. So V is equal to 7. Is equal to 7. Okay, let me check that out. All right, so I think that's all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, guys. So again, this just takes practice. It's something that you're not used to seeing. You can't really reason your way out of it. So just be sure and double check and just know your rules and work hard in class. Okay, real quick. Sorry, guys, I made a mistake on V, so that's not correct. All right, so it is. Sorry. Let me do this again. So it's the difference of the larger arc, which is 118. Okay, so it's V is equal to 118 minus S, which is 62, all that divided by 2, and that is equal to 56 divided by 2, which is equal to 28. Sorry, I made a mistake on that one. So V is equal to 28 degrees. Thanks.